The Fresh Toones music show is underwritten by the Animation Workshop at Animated Studio, providing animation instruction since 1993. Please visit their website at animatedstudio.com. Welcome to the Fresh Toones Show. My name is Dave Paltz, and I've got a chilly radio show for you today. It's called the Fresh Toones Winter Show. And the last few weeks have been really chilly here in Rochester, New York. And I've got a few songs that I've written over the years just about our winters. This first song is really mellow, and it was written in the hottest time of July here. And I've shared with you before that I was on a bike trip that I was on, a bike ride on the Erie Canal, and it was super hot and trying to figure out how to cool myself off, and I started to run these few lines for a possible song and put myself in the place of being in the midst of winter and just walking through some gentle snow falling. So I wrote this song called On Days of Gentle Snow. On days of gentle snow, she wraps us in her folds. Within the space between her flakes, we melt as one and take our place. On days of gentle snow, the blizzards have all come to rest. No eagle screams, you must be best. To be what we are blessed to be, to know our love, to come to see. On days of gentle snow, the frost we fought no longer needs so much attention to proceed. There is a warmth to check the chill, the gray skies thaw, the sunlight fills. On days of gentle snow, the hush that calms the flurried halls has brought a guest, a muse for all, a talisman that has a potion, baptizes you with love's devotion. On days of gentle snow, at times of gentle snow, she wrapped us in her folds. Within the space between her flakes, we fused as one and took our place. On days of gentle snow. Well, that song, On Days of Gentle Snow, actually started out as a poem, and I was probably inspired from a poetry book that I was reading at the time, Be Thinking About Winter, and that's what came about, this song that's pretty cool, and I really enjoy sharing it with folks. This next song is a song that I wrote almost 50 years ago, and it's called It's a Treat to See the Sun in Rochester. And it is about our winter, and usually I play it more in February and March when we've really had enough of winter. But most importantly, it's about friends I had at the time. And back in the mid-'70s, a lot of recording was done on just little cassettes with little cassette recorders. And one way I figured out back then was to get one of these karaoke players. They would play the music and you could record on the other side of it, you're singing or playing guitar. So I figured out how to go back and forth and add bass and put my voice again on another run through of that cassette. Wasn't the best quality, but this one doesn't sound that bad for being from the mid-70s. This song is called It's a Treat to See the Sun in Rochester.
It's a treat to see the sun. It's a treat to feel the sun. It's a treat to see the sun in Rochester. It's a joy to see my friends. It's a joy to be with them. It's a joy to seem as one in Rochester. Might not really sound like much to all those fancy steppers who like to strut their stuff, but I'm not really interested in how it sounds. I'm just interested in the folks I found in Rochester. It was fun to visit the mountains. It was fun to visit the sea. Without my friends, it wouldn't mean hardly as much to me. It's a joy to see my friends. It's a joy to be with them. It's a joy to seem as one in Rochester. Might not really sound like much. All those fancy steppers who like to strut their stuff, but I'm not really interested in how it sounds. I'm just interested in the folks I found in Rochester. Know as well as you, sometimes friendships, and yes they do, it's better to have had and lost than to have never have had it all. Rochester isn't the prettiest of towns, hardly ever see the sun around, but I think I'll stay a bit here more in Rochester. Rochester, Rochester, in this sweet, sweet town of Rochester.
The next song I'm going to play for you is called They Have No Home. And I wrote it back in the mid-'80s during the Reagan administration, and they were trying to find ways to save some money and cut the budget and make some big tax cuts for the rich, so they had to figure out somewhere to cut the budget, and a lot of the places they found were kind of hurtful to some folks, and the homeless, and particularly the vets from the Vietnam War. A lot of those guys and gals were living on the streets. I wrote this song kind of trying to bring attention to that. I made a video that's called They Have No Home on YouTube, and kind of shared some of the information that I found about how many of the homeless were actually vets. At the end of the video, I promoted a lot of places that help the homeless, in particular the vets from Vietnam. I guess it's particularly important for us to remember the homeless that are struggling out there on the street and do what we can. And I guess that's all I'll say about that. I'll just share you the song called They Have No Home.
They have no home, they're not alone, they're in this country's blood. Let's stop the bleeding before it's done. We have no hope, The dream is but a joke. We have no love. We may be dressed up with no place to go. We'll have no home if we forget what we've been working at all alone. We've been stuffing our pockets, got so rich we almost lost it. We have no hope. The dream is but a joke. We have no love. We may be dressed up with no place to go. They have no home. They have no home. This country is their home. Let's open our arms before it's gone. We have no hope. The dream is but a joke. We have no love. We may be dressed up with no place to go. Have no home. They're not at home. They're in this country's blood. Let's stop the bleeding before it's done. We have no hope. The dream is but a joke. We have no love. We may be dressed up with our own funerals to go.
Well, it must be oldies but goodies day here on the Fresh Toones Show. This next song is called Cold, 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 and it was written in 1975, I think. So it's been around a while. It was a song about being encouraged by folks saying, hey, you are really good, you should get out there and play for some money. And here I was playing for friends and trying to share these songs that were really the core of who I was at that time. And I was kind of a turnoff that people were saying, you're good enough, you should write some songs that you could make some money with. And I was saying, these are my soul, I'm singing these songs, sharing these with you. And that was becoming more and more of the general reaction. I have to admit that at that age, in my mid-20s, I was thinking about maybe making a career of playing music. Thank goodness I went into other things that I grew with. I almost abandoned my songwriting over some years, but I held on to it enough so later in life, when I came back to it and was writing more sincere songs than I had ever written. Ironically, this song called Cold, Cold, Cold was the first one I ever played out in public. I ended up playing it with Mike Smith at the Red Creek Amateur Hour, and we had fun. I don't know if anybody got the gist of what the song was about, but it kind of broke that ice, and then I started to play out more and enjoyed it for the most part. At some point, I went back into just focusing on writing the songs, and I have stuck with it for many years now. This song is one of the more rockin' ones that I've written, so I'll share it with you right now. Cold, Cold, Cold.
Cold on my left, I've got cold on my right. I've got cold everywhere, ain't nobody gonna keep me warm tonight. I'm feeling cold, 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 that's all I know. I'm feeling cold, cold, Everybody rushing by me, going towards something I just can't see. I asked a friend where she was running to. She just laughed and ran away from me. I'm feeling cold, cold, cold. That's all I know. I'm feeling cold, cold, cold. Oh, so cold. I like to play my music, I like to sing with all my soul. I like to play for my friends, I should play for money, so I'm told. I'm feeling cold, cold, cold. That's all I know. I'm feeling cold, cold, cold. Am I left of the cold? Am I right? I've got cold everywhere. Ain't nobody gonna keep me warm tonight. I'm feeling cold, cold, cold. That's all I know. I'm feeling cold, cold, cold. So cold.
You're listening to The Fresh Toones Show, and today's show is called The Fresh Toones Winter Show. I've been playing some of my songs related to the cold and winter and snow, and I think I'm going to play one more poem that actually has a pretty cold theme to it. It's called Chilling Thoughts, and it's one of my recent songful poems. I've been writing a lot of poetry the last 4 years, and it kind of describes the situation that we find ourselves in now. Chilling Thoughts. There is a chill, almost a freeze, but glaciers melt and crystals see. Through wintry days, the icebergs grew. In frigid waters, they lost their groove. Misplaced their feel for taking charge, to pay our debt for nature's scars. Some build their riches and say they're wise, in denying facts and spreading lies. But the youth arose and then said no more. They picked up their flag and then charged the door. Well, I've been playing some pretty chilly songs today, some winter-related songs for our Fresh Toones Winter Show, but I think I'll warm things up here a little bit. I don't play a lot of cover songs of other folks' music because they do it so much better, but once in a while I'd like to play around with a song I really like. This is a George Harrison song called Here Comes the Sun. Here comes the sun, here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Little darling, the smiles returning to the faces. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, little darling, it seems like years since it's been clear. Here comes the sun, here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Here comes the sun, here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. It's alright. Well, as I've been playing all these winter songs and feeling some of the chill that goes along with the songs and what I had in mind when I wrote them, and I wrote a recent song called Embrace the Warmth. So if there's any winter days when that sun comes out and there's a full blue sky, take a moment and embrace the warmth and the love that's being offered to us from nature, and let's try and pass it on to others. This song is called Embrace the Warmth. Embrace the warmth. Embrace the warmth. So many songs yet to be sung, so much love left still undone. So many hugs yet to be shared. Stretch out your arms, love's waiting there. Her love is waiting there. Take her hand, she'll lead you where. The door is open, just step inside. Embrace the warmth and rest your mind. In hate, it has no place. Without love, we're lost in space. We've sought long and hard, traveled not far, but it's a start. Her love is waiting there. Take her hand, she'll lead you where. The door is open, just step inside. Embrace the warmth and rest your mind. So many songs yet to be sung, so much love left still undone. So many hugs yet to be shared. Stretch out your arms, love's waiting there. Her love is waiting there. Take her hand, she'll lead you where. The door is open, just step inside. Embrace the warmth and rest your mind. Embrace her warmth. Embrace her warmth. Embrace her warmth and be at peace. And be at peace. And be at peace. And be at peace. Well, I'm going to wrap up today's Fresh Toones show with a song that's really not related to winter or the cold. It's called Different Windows, and I just recently wrote the song from a poem that I had written. And in the song, we're encouraged to look out through different windows. I kind of envision being in a house with a lot of different windows pointed out in different directions. And it was just reminding me and anybody else that gets anything out of the song to take a moment and look around and go to different windows. Make sure we pull the shades up and let the light come in. This song is called Different Windows. Different windows, which to look will give us glimpse into our love, to free our view from whence we're stuck, to crack the code and leave the mold from different windows. We must look with eyes made wide. Let us seek our love. Raise the shades and let the sunlight in. Open the window, invite her in. To look to pass, we may begin, but something new calls from within, to lift one's voice like free birds do, with nature's lilt they trill for you. From different windows we must look with eyes made wide. Let us seek our love. Raise the shades and let the sunlight in. Open the windows, invite her in. Your health, it lies in tunes that live. No labels need be, you just give. We should not seek the same to be. New windows beg, come look and see. From different windows we must look with eyes made wide. Let us seek our love. Raise the shades and let the sunlight in. Open the window, invite her in. Open the window, invite her in. And that's it for the Fresh Toones Show today. I hope you're able to enjoy some of the winter weather and enjoy some of those days with gentle snow. Keep warm, be creative, have fun, and share your love with anyone you can. Have a great week. Bye now. Let us sing now, lift us up to higher ground. Let us see and hear the sounds, a rising sun and the birds that sing. Release the song, let your love take wing.